I feel like I'm talking to somebody that logically knows their worth, but not so logically accepts what they don't deserve. Let me repeat that. You logically know your worth, but there's something not so logical about you that keeps on accepting breadcrumbs, people not coming correct, people hurting you, people dismissing your feelings. So, first things first is you're a fiery person, okay? You are somebody with a very potent energy. There's a sense that you've grown a lot, that you've been through a lot, that you've seen a lot, and you've come out of it stronger. You've come out of it more refined, right? But I feel like right now there's a connection in your life that really makes you feel like you're taking steps back, in the sense that this connection has such a grip, has such a hold on you, that it's got you stuck in this sort of scarcity mindset, right? It's almost like there's a sense of you, there's a part of you that believes that you have to stay in this relationship, or there's nothing outside of this connection, or there's nothing better than this connection. I will say one thing. I understand and I see how this connection has been passionate, it's been fiery, it's giving you all of the things that you've always wanted out of love, right? But right now, there's competing perspectives going on within you. There's a part of you that wants to believe that things can get better, that wants to believe that this connection is everything and so much more. But there's also a part of you that knows that this person hasn't always lived up to the things that they said that they would do, or that this person has hurt you, or that this person hasn't been the best partner to you, right? But where what I was saying about there's a not so logical part of you that keeps holding on to this connection is I feel like there's something here about visibility, right? There's something in your past that made you feel like you have to work 10 times harder to get the approval of someone. I don't know if maybe this was an experience that you had in your childhood, or maybe an experience that you had in high school, but there's a sense of you holding on to this connection because you want to prove to the person that you are enough. You want the person to acknowledge your worth. It's not enough for you to understand logically, I'm this, I'm that, I've done this, I've been here, I've done this. You also want this person to understand that with you, right? But that's unhealthy because it's got you in this observer mode where you're stuck analyzing the situation, where you're stuck feeling like, or but maybe if I did this, or maybe if I did that, things might have worked out, right? And don't be lying to me, right? Because maybe you're on their social media, maybe you're on their friends' social media, maybe you're checking their stories to see what they're up to or if they miss you. Whatever it is that you're engaging in, it's unhealthy because there's a part of you that wants to walk away from that, feeling like you need to prove yourself to somebody, feeling like you have to work hard for their love, for their approval. But at the same time, you keep holding on to the connection because there's a part of you that's still grieving all of the time that you put into this, all of the effort that you put into this, all of the expectations that you had for this, right? You invested, you invested, whether that was resources, whether that's whatever it was, you invested real things into this connection, right? But this person has worn you down, right? I feel like you were in a connection where you were trying really hard and the other person was kind of just floating by. The other person was kind of just saying, mm-hmm, yeah, sure, whatever you say. And it's gotten you in this, I won't say defensive, but in this guarded mode where you feel mm, like, am I ever going to find somebody that truly values me if I didn't make this one person see my worth? And it's gotten you stuck in how things unfolded in the relationship, whatever stage of the relationship or the connection you guys are in, whether you guys are still talking, whether you guys are exes, whether you guys are still trying to work things out. And I definitely don't want to blame you because I see the energy of somebody reeling you back in, of somebody making promises, of somebody telling you that they'll change, that they'll be better, that they'll get a job finally, that they'll finally stop drinking, or that they'll finally, whatever it is, right? But it always goes back to this attachment because right now, I see two energies operating on fear: fear of losing, fear of not having the comfort of a relationship, fear of never being able to find a connection that maybe surpasses the butterflies, the passion, whatever it is. But Spirit keeps telling me that there are new opportunities in the horizon. And I know what you're going to say, right? You might say, "Hey, I like this person. I want to work with this person. I want to make this relationship better." But the way the relationship has been existing cannot continue to exist anymore. Something needs to change. Something needs to completely die out. And I feel like that change starts with you. It starts with you, again, back to what we were saying about logically knowing your worth. It's also, you need to emotionally understand your worth, emotionally understand that you deserve more, that you're somebody that deserves to be loved fully, and it doesn't require sacrifices from you, right? Because I feel like right now there's a lot of excuses coming from the other side, right? Or maybe from you even. Maybe like you're excusing this person. You're saying, "Oh, but they went through this," or maybe they had a really tough childhood. But who's going to look out for you? Who's going to look out for your wounds? Because I see somebody that's been through a lot too. I see somebody that has surpassed a lot as well, right? And it's almost as if you feel like you're responsible for this person, and you're also responsible for making them finally seeing your worth. And that just doesn't fly, right? Because the Queen of Wands doesn't need anybody to understand their worth, right? The Queen of Wands is like, yeah, I know who I am, and if you do, then good. If you don't, then go stand over there. Like, I don't need that, right? And you don't need that. And that's what Spirit keeps on telling me, that you need to prioritize yourself for once, that you need to be looking out for yourself for once, that you need to put your foot down and say, "I'm not happy. I don't want to be in this connection where I'm being treated like this. I don't want to be in this connection where you ghost me, where you're avoidant, where you get to do whatever you want and I have to just stand there," right? It's all about you finally prioritizing yourself, and you finally getting into a space where it's not just you saying that you know who you are. It's not you just like listing your accolades and being like, "Okay, I've done all of these things." It's about you also acting accordingly, right? Because right now, when you keep on giving the same chances to the same behavior, right? Hoping for something different by doing the same thing, right? By trying in the same way, it's harming you. It's hurting you because I see a lot of grief, right? And I see also you being stuck in this connection in a way that's suffocating. Like, you can't, it's almost like you can't even see the other opportunities that are around you, the other person that want to mesmerize you, that want to woo you, because you're so focused on, but how am I going to get that person to finally treat me right? And it's not about that, right? To yield a different result, you need to finally embody and step into that Queen of Wands energy. The Queen of Wands isn't concerned about making a connection work with somebody that won't do anything for you. The Queen of Wands is focused on herself, on her goals, on moving forward, right? And I feel like whatever the outcome is, whether that could be you finding someone better, or that could be you finally putting your foot down and this person understanding that their actions have consequences, whatever that may be, Spirit keeps telling me that you need to focus on yourself for once. No more lurking, no more waiting, no more, okay, yeah, I moved on, but you're secretly waiting for a text, right? You're secretly hoping for their name to pop up on your screen, right? No more of that, right? Let it go. Let it go as it is now. Not necessarily let it go forever, but as it is now, let it go and prioritize yourself. Be selfish for once. Say, okay, I know you got a lot going on, but I got a lot going on too, right? And it's just about acting how you know you are. You know you're that bitch. You know you're that person. So act like it. Show the world that you are not to be messed with. And today, right, I want you to look in the mirror and I want you to say, I am not to be messed with, right? As many times as it takes. Scream it if you have to, because you are not to be messed with.